The latest projects on the Mercury. It's had signs of leakage on the front right brake drum. I've checked it over as much as I can, and it doesn't seem to be coming from the cylinder, which was new last year, so it shouldn't anyway. So I'm suspecting the flexible rubber brake hose, which actually can't be seen from this point. If we look at the driver's side drum, it's clean and dry. So anyway, I'm thinking after 64, 65 years, chances are the rubber hoses are needing replacement. So, got a little package in the mail the other day from Rock Auto. They had a pretty good deal on some brand new hoses, which according to their catalog are supposed to fit a 52 Mercury. They are made in China, so I'm hoping they'll be good quality. Both hoses in there. Anyway, these hoses through Napa, Canada would have been getting upwards for $80 for the pair by the time I got them here. From Rock Auto, which is US based. The website rockauto.com is US currency, so it came to with shipping $21 US, which converted to just over I think it was almost $29 Canadian, which I figured was a pretty good deal. So on the first warm day, well, actually today was pretty warm, but I was otherwise involved. But if tomorrow was as warm as today, I'm thinking I might try changing those hoses. So stay tuned. Well, we have the wheel off the Mercury here. Having a closer look at the brake line. It's still, I don't know, there's a lot of dampness around the hose and drum area, but I can't see any actual sign of where it's leaking. So I guess I will just proceed to put the new line on. This is a chance to have a look at the rather unique front suspension the 52 Mercury's had. It was not exactly a kingpin. It was not a ball joint. Well, it was a kingpin, I guess, but not like the typical kingpin configuration. Kingpin with coil springs. I think it was next year, 53, they went to a full ball joint suspension. Anyway, I will proceed with the rest of the dismantling. Here we have the old brake line removed, and it has a few little damage spots in it. They weren't leaking. It was actually leaking from this end up here, which I don't know if the washer was defective or it wasn't tight enough or what, but anyway, the new one is in place. It's slightly shorter than the old one that I took off. It's supposed to be right. So the suspension is at the lower extreme of its travel right now. There's no weight on it, and there's plenty of slack. So I'll maybe run it through a few steering rotations and put the weight back on once I get the wheel on, and hopefully there will be no interference. While I had the front wheel off the Merc to do the brake line, I was inspecting the old Michelin XW4, and it's got some fairly severe tread cracking. Sidewall was fine. So there's one spot there that's starting to show a little cracking. So I figured, since I have still, I think, 3 more of these much nicer Coopers, I installed one of them. I'm a little suspicious it might have a valve leak there. It looks like it's maybe gone down a little since I installed it. Anyway, it's good clean casing, no visible cracking. Tread is well worn, but fine for my uses. This one I installed last year, a matching Cooper, P235/70 R15. So that's a pretty good sized tire, bigger than the original on this car, which were probably 75/15 in old sizes. Fine on the front, but on the back it's a bit of a challenge to remove and replace. In fact, if I recall, I had to jack it up so the wheels hung down to full spring extension, and even then I had to let the air out of the tire to remove it. But once they're on, they are a pretty nice big fat tire. I like the looks of them.